Hey, thank you for joining me on the next lesson here in this series here. This is in reference to capture pages. So today we're going to speak a little bit about capture pages, bridge pages, sort of the same thing. I would equate two different things. Bridge page gets you over to an offer. Capture page would capture a lead before you get over to an offer. Now, I'm going to speak about this in terms of MCA because that's what we're talking about. So just so you know, everything that I build here is off of Builderall. It is a platform that allows you to create multiple lead pages and websites and other things. Also, it has other things included. So just so you know, there is a free trial for that. If that is something that interests you, it's definitely worth the cost, and the cost is substantially lower than some of the other platforms that are out there. So a lead capture page is a type of landing page that helps you collect leads for your promotion. So ultimately, what you're promoting here is MCA. So how do you create a lead capture page for MCA? Now, inherently, you have your home page, which might have your picture. It might talk about MCA. It may give you some information. It may tell them exactly what the benefits are. All those different things may be right in front of them. But you don't want to send people right to that page, because the worst thing you can do is send them to a regular website page and expect for them to understand what to do. That's not something you want to do. You want to have something that flows them. The funnel is something that flows them through a process from the offer they see, to the capture they see, to the email follow-up, to ultimately purchasing that product or going down the pipe the way you want them to. All right. So I'm going to bring up some information here and we're going to talk about this. So let's dive in. So I'm going to get out of this training here. And I don't like to take too long, so I get right to it. Now, in Builderall, there is a way to create multiple websites and capture pages. So what I've done here is I'm already in, but I'm kind of just showing you something here. As you can see, I have 33 websites or blogs. I don't do the blogs that they have, just nothing that interests me right now. So 33 either websites or capture pages or different things that I'm trying to do online. I've done 33 of them so far. With that said, go into my builder. They have different ways to build things. I use the Pixel Perfect version, and I'm going to choose a new website. Okay. Now, the new website information is going to display info here. Let's go ahead and choose a bridge page, because that's how they have it in the system. So that's what I'm going to choose. And I was going to split this out and show you some different things, but I got to keep it real for my MCA people and stay on task with MCA, because that is something that we're all interested in. We want to know, how do we get these sales? How do people achieve these sales with MCA? And so the best way to explain this to you is here. So they have this already kind of queued up, and looks really good, right? Kind of plain, but it looks really good and simple. Here's the thing. I will explain this to you like it's been explained to me in the past. If you try to make something complex and pleasing to the eyes, and oh my God, that is the best picture I've ever seen in the background of something, it's not going to work. Stick with the program. You know what I mean? Stick with what works. There's different things that happen, and I'll show you some of them. But here's what you're going to do. So if you're in here and this is what you get when you first dive in, you want to get rid of that. So you're just right clicking, and I'm getting rid of that. I can hide it here, okay, or I can just delete it. So I'm just going to delete it. I don't want it. I'm not going to put a logo on here. And again, I am just capturing a lead's email address. That is what I want. And so that is what I am trying to do. Now, I will tell you that, just so you know, down here, all these different things, if you are doing, Facebook, Google ads, Bing, any of that stuff, you definitely want to make sure that you have your menu at the bottom, because some of them will not accept. They'll decline your offers. You'll keep wondering why, and it's because you either don't have a privacy policy, you don't have a refund policy, or you don't have an income policy. When you're talking about things on the internet, you need to explain yourself, because if you don't say, hey, this income is not inherent that everybody is going to make this amount of money, because we know that's not true. You can't just flip a switch and make $1,000. There's going to be some work in there, but here's the information. So let me go ahead and change the information here. So what I'm going to do is choose a title or a headline that is eye-catching and also makes you think, because I think in the end that you want to make sure that that's where you hit the person in their head, like, I think I want to know more about that, So excuse the keyboard because it is right in front of my my microphone, but it's the only way I can do this. So I'm sorry if you hear all this clicking. It's a gaming keyboard because I used to game, but that's a whole nother story. So how to make a full, and I'll capitalize that, full time income without working a full-time job. All right, so this is just one capture line. I'm not saying this is the best. I'm not telling you, hey, when you get ready to make your ads, when you get ready to do your things online, I'm not telling you this is the header that you want to choose, but it is definitely one that intrigues the mind. How to make a full-time income without working a full-time job. Well, how do you do that? Okay. And that's the question. You want the person almost to ask a question in their mind. How do I do that? How are you doing it? Let me go ahead and give some information here. And so what you can do is change this here. All right. I'm giving away All right, so how to make a full-time income without working a full-time job. And then you can put in there as a little subheader, I'm giving away 5 lead pages that have, and I gotta change that have made me over $10,000 per week. You can give them something and hit them right in the face, or you can change that and say something different, like, hold on. Okay, you can give them something realistic. The key here is whatever you're trying to do. Again, if you're trying to bring people into MCA, the best way to do that is by giving them information. And most people are working a full-time job. You want to hit the pain points for that individual. Maybe they want to spend more time with their family. So your headline might say, how to spend more time with your newborn baby without having to work a full-time job, right? So then you would throw that one and hit, the mommypreneurs, the moms who are out there who are looking for an opportunity. You hit the dads in the face with how to attend your child's, the stuff that they do after school, how to attend your child's, recital, how to attend every recital your child has and still make money. Boom. Okay, these are just titles. Okay, now I'm not saying you don't do that, and then you got to follow it up with information. So you've got to gear it towards whatever you're doing, right? And again, if this is all about what you're doing, you have to have this flow cohesively. So you can't talk about how to make a full-time income without working a full-time job. And then as soon as they put in their email and they get to the next page talks about how they got to spend $1,000 and buy this program and blah, blah, blah. Because that's going to make people run. You got to give them some value. So the first thing you want to do is you want to capture the lead. And this is the best way to do it by choosing great headlines that you can create. One of the headlines that I've heard that works really good is, you know, how to blank without blank. Okay, so if we took that, so how to make a full-time income without working a full-time job. You see, that is the key to the intellect, hitting the mind of the person. So real work, but real easy. All right. So that's how you set these capture pages. Now, you can do a lot of things with them. I'm not going to go into a lot of training here for Builderall. Those who want that will be able to get that down the road if they'd like, and I can show you more if that's what you want to do. But at this moment, what I am showing you is the program that I use in order to create these pages. And the pages that I create are able to be used on the internet immediately. I can tie a domain to it so it'll show up as an actual domain, for someone. And you can do different things too. You can put in, that, hurry, time is limited to 5 more. Okay, so I was gonna say you can do it and put like a number on it. Hurry, time is limited. I could put that in. I could change that information. I could change this color. I want that color to be red. I want that to pop. So I want it to be bold, and that's what I want. So that's how I can create this capture page and get that in front of my audience as quickly as possible. And then all I have to do is save that, and then I can look at it here. That's where I'm looking at it now. This is like as if it's live. Now, again, don't try to do a whole bunch of stuff. You can put a whole bunch of stuff in here. And what I mean by that is I can go in here, I can click on, I can click on this. I can go to my area. That's my home page. That's where I am right now. And then I could go in here and I could say, okay, change the background, right? And then what I could do is I could look for an image. I could look for a good image, right? So I could go up here and I could start looking at system data, and I could, just for example, let's just say we choose this. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just explaining that when you give people too much to look at, they're going to run. They're going to run. That's just human nature, and that's what we all do. But if you wanted to do this, you could, and that's what the website would look like. The person would go in, the person would say, all right, so here's my email. All right, and then hit the button for I want to know more, and boom, it takes them right to the offer. It takes them right to where they can see exactly what you're talking about, and it puts right in front of their face exactly what you're looking for, which is, number one, you've captured the lead. Now you have their email. Now, that's where we're going to talk about autoresponders. Now, we're going to get there, but the point is that you want to do this in a methodical way. You want to think this thing out. All right, here's the capture or the bridge page that I'm creating because I want to capture this lead. Here's the capture page. All right, so now that I have my capture page created, where am I going next? Okay, now I'm going to take them to my my page, my lead page, my page that shows them the information, gives them more information about me, and lets them, if they want to, sign up, right? So you're giving them all that information, and that's where they're going. Now, you got those people who are going to sign up with you right away, and then you have those people who are not. And so what you want to do is, once you have them on your email list, now we're talking about autoresponder. So we've created the capture page. We now have the lead page, all right, or the informational page. And now we are talking about autoresponder with an autoresponder email sequence, okay? And that is 1, 2, 3 steps, right? That's what you have to do. So again, you can find a lot of programs out there. I use this one. I encourage you to try the trial that I showed you earlier, run this back so that you can see it, and you have an opportunity to create these pages right away, just like myself. So that's it for this training today. I hope that this gave you some value. I hope that you were able to understand where I'm coming from, why I am so passionate about this, and the information that I'm showing you. So that's the easiest way to do this. Again, I'm not going to go into a lot more information because I just want this to be short, sweet, and simple. But what I did want to do is give you that opportunity to see that there are different things that you can put out here in front of people. And it's enticing, it's informational, it is a process that you're able to do right here, right now. So just for example, if I choose this one, all right, that one doesn't work too good because it makes me have to make a change here, and it's got some white balance in there, so I can't change my text to white. So that's probably not going to be a good one. But again, you can go through and you can make these changes, and they are systematic changes that are really, really easy to make. Let's look at music for some reason. All right, I don't have any records to sell, but if I did, it would probably be this one, and I would probably change this, and I change this title to be something more geared towards, hurry for a limited time. You're able to, gain this or that, whatever it is. You have an opportunity to do it. I'm kind of just messing around now because I'm kind of showing you the things that are available to you, the things that you can do, and hopefully you understand that it's not easy to create these pages, because this right here is definitely a big key piece to the puzzle, because that is what brings people into the fold. If you don't bring people into the fold, then they're just going to run, or they're not going to know what to do. And so your expectation of them is that, oh, they're just going to click on this and they're going to come over and they're going to give me their information. But that is far from the truth. Just because you create this doesn't mean people are going to click on it. So you have to entice them in. And I don't mean by giving them bad things. You want to give good information, because once they get to where they're going, they have to get that value. They have to understand exactly what you're saying. So make that next page explain exactly what you've said here and give them the answer to that. And that will help you, walk them through the funnel the way that you want them to go. So that's the end of this video. I hope that it helped you. I hope that it gave you some value, and you have a good day. And so what we'll do is I will see you on the next video. Thank you, and take care.